Yeah, what's up, everybody? Making a quick run, right quick, because I'll be out. So last day of vacation, so I'm gonna enjoy it. So I'm finna hit these streets. I'm finna go holler at my boy Rich. He work with Hustle Ball, so we didn't cover some fights together. Finna just chill the shit and eat some gear, some workout gear. So got that plan. So now I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk some boxing because it looked like some news is starting to surface. You know, so boxing's starting to pick up, which I'm happy to hear. But once again, a lot of the stuff that I was saying is starting to come to fruition, which I've been saying for a minute. So it is what it is. I'm not going to sit up here and keep beating my chest because I already know what's been up for the longest. So now, as I reported, I was probably one of the first ones to put this out there. Tickets for Tank versus Leo Santa Cruz would be available Monday. I don't know what time Monday. More than likely, usually it's like usually 10 a.m. Eastern time. I don't know what the seat capacity will be, but I give them credit that they was able to work out a seating chart like this quick, because this just came like quick. Like this was just announced like maybe on Thursday or something. It was just announced on Thursday that this fight was going to San Antonio and it was going to have fan attendance. So that's cool. That's a good look. So now you can have people like cheering and stuff. So I think that's a very good look for for Regis. I mean, it is gonna be a good look for Regis because I'm gonna talk about Regis in a bit. But that's gonna be sort of a good look for Tank Leo Santa Cruz. Now, shout out to the homie Ego. I heard Ego talking about some things. He was basically saying that people are saying that Leo Santa Cruz shouldn't last no longer than 5 rounds with Tank. That if Tank don't knock Leo Santa Cruz out, then it's a disappointment. Look, Leo Santa Cruz is real tight with Al Heyman. Al Heyman has protected Leo Santa Cruz from certain fights. So this isn't no secret, and this doesn't come as no secret. As I said before, Tank probably could knock Leo Santa Cruz out and should knock Leo Santa Cruz out, but the question is, will he knock Leo Santa Cruz out? And I say that he probably won't. I think that he'll, and if he do knock him out, it'll be like a 12th round stoppage. He just may carry Leo Santa Cruz. At the end of the day, this is Tank's pay-per-view debut. If he puts on a impressive performance, like if he dominates, point being, it's still it's still what you would call a win-win for Tank. Now, if he loses the damn fight, that's where the disappointment gonna come in, or if he's in somewhat of a life and death competitive fight with Leo Santa Cruz. Because keep in mind, they want a pay-per-view star. That's been the plan for the longest, and that's what they want to do. So we will see how this turns out. Now, let me move on. So, because I'm gonna make this stream quick. So let me move on. So Regis Prograis is gonna be apparently fighting on the undercard. So Regis will be making his pay-per-view and PBC debut on October 31st. So Regis alone on the undercard, because Regis is a damn good fighter. Now, he lost a close decision to Josh Taylor. I thought that he did enough to win the fight, but it was still a close fight. It was a close competitive fight. So now, this is a good look for Regis. First PBC debut, first PBC fight, debuts on pay-per-view. Now I wonder what the numbers for this fight gonna be. You know, I already discussed the pay-per-view number for the Charlo fight. You know, depending on different sources. Different sources depending on who you talk to. They saying it did anywhere from a little bit under 100,000 to right around 100,000 to depends on who you listen to. So, you know, I have my idea on what type of numbers it did. So, whatever. That's the whole idea. What's up, LB? That's the whole idea. If Regis gets past this opponent, which I don't see no reason why he wouldn't. You know, they're not throwing him in there with a killer. It's a showcase fight. It's his debut. They want him to perform. Because the main goal is, if Regis performs, you could see Adrian Broner versus Regis Prograis at either a catchweight or 140. So that is the overall goal. They want to get that. I'm gonna talk about that in the next video. That's the idea that they want to happen. If Regis is successful, then the boys. Joe Joyce Joe Joyce is up there in age. He was a very late bloomer. You know, he was a very late bloomer. He's up there in age. I mean, he hasn't been like in a war, but at the end of the day, you got to look at the boys. His age. He's younger. Now, do he got the experience? So, you know, it's really gonna come down. It's one of them fights. It's one of them fights I can see either guy winning. But the boys is he man. I don't know, man. I interviewed Joe Joyce before, but Joe Joyce is up there. And then he's still, you know, he's still unpolished as a fighter. So I don't know who I would take in that fight. Shit, most of them damn heavyweights, with the exception of Tyson Fury and Wilder, and Joshua is mechanical, but he ain't like what you would call extremely slow. He's got a little bit of speed on him for a guy his build. But Joyce, he do got power. I think it's more important that Joyce wins that fight, because if he wins that fight, he moves ahead of the line to get a fight with the upper echelons of heavyweights. I don't even know if Uslik should be considered a top heavyweight when he really came from cruiserweight. I seen him in person. He big, but then he ain't that big. But they consider him one of the top heavyweights, and he really hasn't been really tested. But yeah, if he wins that fight, he moves way up the charts. You got your short. You got him over Uslik? Shashora got a lot of wear and tear on him. You know, he got a lot of wear and tear on him. He didn't been in a lot of wars. He got a name. He got a name. So what's going on? They put him in the ring with Uslick so he can win that fight. So he could kind of like, so his name could kind of climb up the heavyweight ranks quicker than a lot of other people. Because keep in mind, he a top rank fighter, if I'm not mistaken. And that's the idea, is to like hurry and build him up. Well, that's why they putting him in there with Shashora, because he got a name. People heard of the dude, but he been beat up, he been knocked out. So at the end of the day, if Uslick wins this fight, they gonna sell this as a tremendous victory when it isn't. When you basically fighting a dude who already been knocked out before a few times and beat up a few times. So that's all I'm saying. But you look, Uslick, his last fight, a lot of people thought was kind of suspect. I mean, I'm just keeping it 100. A lot of people thought his last fight was kind of suspect, but look, I'm a realist, and I'm just telling y'all the truth about like boxing, how it works. When this dude beat this opponent, oh, it's a tremendous victory. But then if somebody else beat a certain dude, then not that big of a deal. But they're gonna elevate Uslick's victory over Shashora if he like knocks him out or something. And then they're gonna say he's ready. Watch, mark my words, they're gonna say, oh, he's ready for the upper echelons. Because Uslick ain't that big though. I mean, he big, but then he not that big. If you catch my drift. That's all I'm saying. Alright, so I know y'all want to talk about Deontay Wilder parting ways with Mark Breland. Look, I'm gonna let y'all. I mean, it's no big deal. I'm gonna let y'all in on this because it's not really a big deal. Look, Mark Breland been fired ever since Breland was let go back in February. So I don't know why people are acting like this is a big story. Mark Breland got let go back in February, immediately following the Tyson Fury rematch. So I don't know why this story is picking up steam when it was already reported that Deontay Wilder, when it was reported that, it was already reported that Deontay Wilder had let go of Mark Breland because of just various different reasons. So I don't know why this all of a sudden is a big story. I knew about this for months. This was a rumor that was going around for months that this had happened. So I don't know why. I don't know why this is news. No, he didn't. Nah, bro. I'm telling. I give you my word. I give you my word. I knew about this. I knew about this months ago. I knew about this months ago. Now, who Wilder decides to work with now, that's a mystery. But I hope it. I'm just keeping it 100. I do not think Wilder should let Floyd go anywhere near him. I don't trust Floyd. And like I keep saying, why now? If Floyd cares so much about Deontay Wilder's, weaknesses or vulnerabilities, he would have tried to work on them for Tyson Fury too. Why now? Well, Tyson Fury is trying to skip over. Tyson Fury is trying to skip over Wilder, but Wilder has a rematch clause, and he says he's going to exercise it. Yeah, Wilder has a rematch clause. What they trying to do is they feel like Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury is a more lucrative fight right now for both of them involved. They feel like it would be easier to make. So basically, they trying to skip over Wilder. Now, the thing is, are they trying to give Wilder any step aside money? And like I said, if I was Wilder, I would stand on my 10 toes. I would stand firm. I would stand tall. The only way, if I'm Wilder, that I'm stepping aside, if I'm giving $5 million up front, plus I'm guaranteed the winner. Plus I'm guaranteed the winner for undisputed. Tyson Fury is the WBC champ. And Anthony Joshua got the rest of the belts. So basically, it would be for undisputed. But I will put that in writing. That's the only way, if I'm Wilder, that's the only way that I'm stepping aside. That's the only way I'm stepping aside if I'm guaranteed $5 million and guaranteed the winner of that fight. If not, and it has to be in writing, it has to be signed by my lawyers, and yeah, that's the only way that fight is gonna happen. If not, nah, Tyson Fury, I'll see you in February at the latest. But Tyson Fury don't want to fight. Tyson Fury is talking about, well, one of the reasons why I don't want to fight is because I want to know if there are gonna be fans there. Oh, Eddie Hearn stay on some snake stuff. So, but I ain't really gonna go in on Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is quarantined, so Nah, neutral. That's what I'm saying. It gotta be enhanced. I mean, for real, it gotta be. I got to see a contract and I got to see a check. That's the only way I'm stepping aside. Okay, you want me to step aside for undisputed, since that's going to be a lucrative fight, since basically you dudes stand to make anywhere from, who knows, an astronomical amount of money. Okay, well, you want me to step aside? I want $5 million and I want a guarantee. Not a promise. Because we all know promises is made to be broken. I want a guarantee in writing, signed by both Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, their team, the promoters, that I get next. No matter what, no tune-up fight, I get next. You go directly to me. That's the only way I'm stepping. That's the only way I'm stepping to the side. If I'm guaranteed the winner of that fight. And like I said before, no tune-up. And if so, and like I said, I will be firm. I don't care what type of damage Anthony Joshua take. I don't care what type of care what type of damage that Tyson Fury take. Also, the fight has to be made within. The fight has to be made and scheduled within, I'll say 90 days. So basically, oh yeah, I'm putting all kind of stipulations if I'm Deontay Wilder. Basically, what I'm saying is, them dudes at the very least, at the very least, out of an 8-week camp, Out of an eight-week camp, they barely get 2 weeks to rest. You paid me to step aside. Well, that's what I'm putting in the contract. Basically, no matter how much damage you take, you may get to rest two weeks, and then you got to prepare for the camp. Because if you want me to step aside, I'm not finna just step aside and then sitting up waiting for like 6 months and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, it would have to be some ironclad stipulations for me to step aside. And that's if I'm Wilder, I'm playing serious hardball. That's what he got to do. But that's Eddie Hearn's. That's Eddie Hearn's plan. That's what Frank Warren wants. Oh, what's up, Troy? Yeah, because that's what they want. So I'm making sure that if I got to step aside, you going to pay me. Straight up. You going to pay me, bruh. Well, I'll put it to you this way. I want that to happen. I hope so. I give Wilder credit. Wilder been laying low. He been laying low, and I think that's a good thing. Stay away from, I mean, if you don't want to talk to us right now, hey, it's good. It's good. It's good. Because I kind of like the idea that Wilder is laying low. But that's what they want to do. Wilder can be part of the equation for Undisputed if he guaranteed next. If not, nah, man. Well, they've been saying Wilder been working out some kinks because apparently they may be some people that may not be loyal. So, I don't really want to go into the glove gate thing. I already done told y'all how I feel about the shit. At the end of the day, it's up to Wilder, man. It's up to that brother, man. It's up to Wilder to reveal or tell us what happened with that. If he doesn't, hey, I respect it. If he do, hey, even more. Because you got to understand, when you look like Wilder and it's against a guy like Tyson Fury, when you a black boxer, the odds are stacked against you anyway. Because they going to discredit you. They going to discredit you no matter what. You already done seen that. I done covered boxing. I done been to boxing. Boxing matches, I done, like I already know how these dudes roll. Look what happened with Drake. How they tried to discredit him after beating Sergey Kovalev not once but twice. For real. And that's what that's why I think Wilder really ain't speaking on that, because at the end of the day, we already know the powers that be, whether it's the new media, the true media, the old media, we all have our perspectives. And we know that the old media, who they roll with. So what they gonna try to do, and Wilder ain't said nothing about it anyway. It's been us talking about what happened in that fight. Wilder hasn't said anything. So that's why I'm saying why it's kind of cool he didn't lay low. But look what they did to Andre Ward. Okay, so Andre Ward, he beat Sergey Kovalev in a semi-controversial fight. I thought he beat Sergey Kovalev. It was a real close fight. I thought Dre turned it on in the second half of the fight. And I thought Dre did enough to get the victory. Okay, so everybody was complaining about it. Now keep in mind, Andre Ward was like banged up in that fight. He was banged up in both the fights. So Andre Ward said, okay, I'll run it back. So Andre Ward stopped him in the second fight, and then they was talking about, oh, you kept hitting Sergey Kovalev low. I didn't know that a straight right to the chin was hitting somebody low. Last time I checked, that a shot to the jaw was a legal punch. So how was that hitting somebody low? He caught Sergey Kovalev, he hurt him, he staggered him, and he finished him. And Sergey Kovalev started squinching down. He started scrunching down like he quit. So how was Dre hitting Sergey Kovalev low? Like I said, I did not know a shot to the chin was a low blow. And that's why I don't be, like, for real, that's one of the main reasons why I don't be engaging and talking to a lot of these fools, man. Because a lot of these dudes just make up stuff. So when you tell me last time I checked, when you hit somebody flush in the jaw, that it's a legal punch. But you had everybody and their mama crying because they didn't get the results that they wanted. And that's what it came down to. They didn't get the results that they wanted. The wrong guy won. The light-skinned dude won. And that's what it came down to. The wrong guy won. So they tried to discredit him. But then you seeing all this crazy stuff with Tyson Fury, all this crazy stuff with Tyson Fury, his history, but then we crying. Oh, y'all niggas is crying. Y'all niggas need to accept what happened. Oh, Tyson Fury won fair and square. Okay, so, well, didn't Dre win fair and square? All right, y'all. I'll be back. I'm gonna talk about Bud possibly going to the PBC later on. Shout out to the super chat. Shout out to Troy for the super chat. Get with your boy later on. I'm out.